Well, we continue with more sports developments as the MTC Nestor Sunshine Tobias Boxing Academy is hosting a boxing event themed a tribute to Dr. Nujoma Boxing Bonanza, taking place tomorrow at the Windhoek Showgrounds. Now joining us in studio is Absalom A.B. Shepo, the operational manager for MTC Nestor Sunshine Tobias Boxing Academy. Absalom, thank you so much for joining us. Good to have you in studio. Talk to us about this particular initiative.
Well, thank you so much for having me. The tribute to His Excellency Dr. Shafishuna Nujoma is a boxing bonanza that is scheduled to take place on the 12th of April, which is tomorrow, at the Windhoek Showgrounds. The event itself is in celebration of the Founding Father's legacy, his life and his contribution to, of course, sports and also to the liberation struggle of our country. So the significance of this event is that Dr. Nujoma was not only the founding father, but was also the patron of the academy.
Yeah. Oh.
So we have dedicated this particular fight in his honor. So the event is taking place at Windhoek Showgrounds, like I mentioned, and is going to see exciting cards being headlined by Philippus, the energy man Ngitumbwa, who is going up against a boxer from from Zimbabwe, and then we'll have a supporting bout, John Jelanimus for the WBO Africa Super Middleweight, going up against a fighter from South Africa, and then Matthews the Beast Hater going up against a fighter from South Africa by the name Connect.
I mean, you highlighted that Dr. Semyon was the patron of this particular academy. How has the academy evolved over the years in strengthening, of course, the sport code boxing?
All right. Boxing is the #1 sport in the country right now. And how was this possible? You see, the MTC Nestor Sunshine Boxing and Fitness Academy was founded in the year 2000. And since its inception, the founding father was our patron. The founding father is a very influential figure. And having him as our patron, that will also mean that we'll have corporates that will also want to come on board to support the sport. And boxing itself, when you speak boxing or sports in general, sports is marketing, you see. So it depends on how well you market what you offer, and what we do is boxing. The reason you are seeing that there are other boxing stables in the country today is because of an organization like the MTC Nestor Sunshine, because we are basically like the founders of boxing in Namibia, because we have produced up to 3 world champions thus far. Namely, Paulus the Hitman Moses, Paulus the Rock Ambunda, as well as Julius Indongo. You can mention them. And that is because of the effort of the founding father to support boxing, and also to just invite corporates and sponsors to come on board to support, like MTC, PST Bet, and so on.
I mean, the sports codes has clearly brought people together and also just expanded collaborations, especially in the corporate world, like you highlighted. But just talk to us about the support, overall support for this kind of sports code.
Boxing is a very expensive sport, you see. So a boxer is nurtured and groomed from the amateur stage. So they then turn professional, and let's say it can even take them up to 10-15 years just to produce a world champion, because at the end of the day, boxing is about record rating and championship, because you don't just do boxing for fun, because you have a target, you have a vision of what you want to achieve. And producing a world champion in a country like Namibia is a big thing, because there are other African countries that got independent before us, but they are struggling just to produce even one champion. Because the challenge here is with pay-per-view. We don't have TV rights in our country. And of course we have challenges, and we solely depend on individual sponsors, corporates like MTC, PST Bet, and so on. So I believe more corporates should come on board to support the sport, because boxing is not only something people do for fun. It's a sport that can also be
a passion as well.
Of course, we can also look at our country is transitioning, and we are moving away from seeing traditional jobs and things like that. We are looking at the innovative industry, and the status quo is youth unemployment. Through a sector like boxing, we can have so many young people absorbed in this sector. But how? It is through investment, of course.
But how have you been able to address the particular challenges that you highlighted? Absolutely.
I mean, funding is always a challenge, but you see, the more you market what you do, you see, we market the sport very well. We produce champions, regional champions, we produce world champions. The more attractive it will become. You see, everyone today is looking forward to seeing the sports section because there's news there about boxing.
Yeah.
There's a certain boxer participating elsewhere and so on. That is how attractive these particular sponsors like MTC have made the sport. So, of course, making it popular means more people get to know about it, more people get to want to invest. And like I said, sport is marketing.
Yeah. Speaking about marketing, we know the event is taking place at the Showgrounds tomorrow. We know the time. Any ticketing information?
Well, since the event is dedicated to celebrating the life and the legacy of our founding father, we felt that it's important for us to give him a befitting tribute. That's why we have made the general access free to the general public. And of course, corporates and other organizations are encouraged to purchase a VVIP table that is worth of 20,000 Namibian dollars. That is inclusive of the dine wine package, boxing, dine, and wine package. That's it. So, of course, we expect the fans to come in numbers to join the celebrations. And of course, we expect everyone out there who wishes to contribute to this event and making it a success to, of course, come on board and join us.